The US CMA right now is the most in-demand qualifications. So the question that often arises is what is the best way to clear both part 1 and part 2? Now don't confuse this with some exam tips or some study tips because this is not that. Here in this video, I'm going to talk from the standpoint of how do you go about with the examination. And this is all factual information that has directly come from the Institute of Management Accountants, which is the body that provides this course. Hi guys, I'm Rushil. I'm with the academics team at Zell Education, and my job at Zell is to ensure that students such as yourself are able to pass the US CMA exam in one go. So we come up with a lot of test prep, we come up with a lot of academic solutions for courses like ACCA, CFA, CPA, CMA and Diploma in IFRS. Guys, before I jump into the video, if this is the first time you're coming across one of our YouTube videos, please consider liking, sharing and subscribing, and I would really appreciate if you could leave a suggestion for us in the comments below for what you want to see next on our channel. Guys, the US CMA will test your knowledge on 6 fundamental abilities. I'm going to go over them one by one, and this is something you need to keep in mind when you're preparing for both parts 1 and 2. I'm sure you already know what the 6 subjects are, but in case you don't, the 6 subjects for part 1 and the 6 subjects for part 2 will be on your screen right now. The very first skill that you need is knowledge. Now, when I talk about knowledge is the ability to recall information that you might have previously seen. Now, this is not necessarily memorizing. However, the ability to recall concepts from the depths of those books is extremely important. The second bit I want to talk about is comprehension. Now, being able to recall a concept is one thing. Being able to interpret that concept and applying the right sort of solution is another. So, comprehension is key. The third bit I want to talk about is application. Now, when you look at a formula, the first step would be to recall the formula. The second step would be to interpret the formula correctly. So sometimes you can remove certain parts of a formula and still arrive at the right answer. The third skill that the IMA will test is your ability to use that concept or that formula in an examination. So that is application of the concept. Guys, the fourth skill that they're going to test is analysis. Now, what does analysis mean? So analysis essentially is when I talk about, let's say, liquidity ratios, right? Things like if I'm buying inventory on credit, how will it affect my current ratio, my quick ratio and my cash ratio? So here you need analysis and a deep understanding of how these things are connected. But the fifth ability that you need is synthesis. Now, what does synthesis mean? It basically means the ability to join or fuse two concepts together to arrive at an answer. It is the ability to connect two concepts and get to the answer that is needed in the exam. And the final concept that is needed is obviously evaluation. So guys, when I talk about evaluation, it is the ability to criticize and justify an answer that you're writing. So being very critical in the exam is extremely important. Guys, now that I've helped you out with the skills that you need for the examination, make sure that you're preparing all the concepts in a way where you can recall them, you can apply them, you can justify them. These are the 3 most important things that you need. And obviously, when you're thorough with your concepts, the ability to fuse 2 concepts together is very natural. Moving on, each exam is 4 hours long. It comprises of 100 MCQs and 2 essay-based questions. Now, remember that when you're writing MCQs, you have approximately 1.8 minutes to write each MCQ. So what I would recommend, and because there are no negative markings, is that you attempt each and every question. This is extremely crucial for you to do. And when I talk about the 2 essay-based scenarios, remember that these are not graded by a computer. The essay-based scenarios are graded by individual experts. So ensure that you're writing as much as you can recall and you're solving to the best of your limit. Understand that even if your final solution is incorrect, you still get score for attempting the question, getting to a certain part of the answer. And an expert who is going to grade your paper will be able to understand your ability to solve these questions. The third thing now I want to talk about, which is extremely crucial when it comes to MCQs, is the ability to eliminate certain incorrect answers. Now, when you look at a question, guys, a question often comprises of 2 things. Of course, the correct answer and the distracting factors, as I like to call them. So guys, sometimes when there are 4 options, one option will be very evidently incorrect. Make sure that you strike this out. the other options, a hint or a tip for y'all. So guys, when words like all of the above, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are all correct, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are all incorrect, in my opinion, as a tip, and don't take this as a rule of the thumb because this is not always the case. However, when it comes to exams like the US CMA, the exams are not absolutes. So it is very unlikely that an option that says all of the above or none of the above or all of them are correct, all of them are incorrect will ever be the right option. So if you're ever in a situation where you need to do some guesswork, my best tip to you would be you eliminate this option along with the obviously incorrect option. That leaves you with two options, and then it is a straightforward 50-50 chance if you're not sure between two options. And alright guys, with that I have concluded all the factual exam tips that you might need to write this examination. If there's anything else that you would like to know about this examination, what sort of tools are available in the exam, what sort of apparatus is available in the exam, please leave these questions and suggestions in the comments below and we'll make sure that we get back to you with a video. Thanks for watching.